What's up? Yeah, I don't know what that was, but anyway. I was looking back at our channel and kind of thinking about why Les and I originally started it, and one of those reasons was because we wanted to track our progress on Goodreads and see how we did with our Goodreads challenges. And now that the year is over, I realized I should probably address that since it was one of the original reasons that we went into doing this. So I decided I'm going to do a bit of a Goodreads Challenge 2012 wrap-up and then also talk about my goals for 2013. It's a little bit late considering we're getting towards the middle of January, but oh well. Now, I had set a personal goal of reading 50 books for the year, which is kind of usually the general 50 is what Goodreads is like, yeah, the 50 books challenge. I did actually meet my goal and I did read exactly 50 books, which is awesome. I believe in the summer I was at 1.8 books ahead, which is pretty impressive, but it was after I had read a bunch of short books, so it kind of makes sense. And after taking a look at my stats, I read a total of 18,881 pages, and I probably have to thank A Song of Ice and Fire series, or at least the 3 books that I read, for really helping to boost that page count up. I also looked at what I had rated the books in terms of their star rating. I rated 22 books 5 stars, 18 of them 4 stars, 8 of them 3 stars, and then 2 of them I didn't give any rating at all. Yeah, so that kind of goes to show that I tend to either A, pick books that I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy, or B, am sort of a person who tends to rate higher, even if I didn't, you know, if the book I think, you know, it's probably 3.5 stars, I'll give it a 4, or 4.5 stars, well, I'll give it a 5. Good to know, right? A lot of people are doing their top 12 of 2012, but I just decided not to do my top 5 of the books that I read since this isn't really an official top 12 of 2012 video. My top 5 are the books that I read in 2012, not necessarily ones that were released in 2012. The first one is Divergent by Veronica Roth. I don't actually have my copy here with me because Les still has it. That was the first book that I read last year that was absolutely amazing, and I just ripped through it in a number of days, and it was just so good, made me so excited for Insurgent, which did not make this list, but yes, Divergent is excellent, and if you haven't had the chance to check it out, I still highly recommend it. The second book that I read this year that I absolutely loved was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Once again, this has been popping up on a lot of favorite lists because it was released in 2012. It is a heart-wrenching book, and it is the only book that I have ever cried while reading, so yeah, that should give you an idea of how emotionally invested you get in the characters. My third top 5 favorite of this year is Wild by Cheryl Strayed. This is basically a memoir about Cheryl Strayed's hike on the Pacific Crest Trail and also sort of changing how she wants to live her life. She went through some very tough times, and hiking this really long trail on the western coast of the USA was sort of a way to reset the way she was heading. The fourth top 5 book is A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. This is the 3rd book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. I did enjoy Game of Thrones, and I kind of enjoyed Clash of Kings, but A Storm of Swords is just, it's regarded as the best book in the series, and I highly concur with this. There's just a lot of crazy awesome things that happen in this book. So if you're kind of pushing through Clash of Kings right now and not really feeling it so much, don't worry, A Storm of Swords will surely make it all worth it. I was reading this book in public when a couple of crazy things happened, and my jaw literally fell open, and I just, like, the wide eyes, like, I probably looked really crazy, but so good. My final top 5 book is A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. It's a really entertaining book about the Appalachian Trail. Bill Bryson himself decides to hike it with a friend of his, Stephen Katz, and you also get the history of the Appalachian Trail and some interesting factoids of things that have happened there. That wraps up my top 5 of 2012, and now on to my goals for 2013. I decided to challenge myself to read a bit less this year, only 30 books. Now, there is a reason for that. Since I am going abroad, I will not have access to as many books. I won't be able to haul them all with me on my suitcase, and also I don't really want to feel pressured to read a whole lot if I want to be, you know, out and about and doing things in Europe. I don't want to be like, but I'm 5 books behind in my challenge. I'm sticking with 30 books, and I'm sure that if I do get behind while I'm out and about, I can catch up when I'm back in the summer and at the end of the year. So So yes, 30 books it is. I've actually already finished a book for this year. It is The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I finished it yesterday, and I will be putting up a review of this for sure. So just keep your eyes open for that. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. If you have set some goals for this year in terms of reading, let me know below. How are you doing so far? Are you already falling a little bit behind? You setting yourself for, you know, maybe last year you set yourself to read 50 books and this year you want to do 75. You really want to challenge yourself. Or maybe you're like me and you're like, you know what, I got a lot going on in my life this year. Maybe I should tone it down a little bit. Let me know in the comments. And as always, there are links below to our Twitter and Goodreads and Book Depository link. Check those out if you feel so inclined, as well as subscribe. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys later.